So my name's Shawn I'm born and brought up in the UAE. So I've lived here for 18 years and I'm 18 years old. And I just finished doing my level 3 life sciences diploma course at EPD. So I honestly wanted to do a quick transition from school to a uni. And I felt like it was the best option to join EPD because it kind of directs me directly to what I want to study, because I didn't want to waste time or put extra effort into other subjects where I'm not really interested in. So this kind of like directed my entire focus and mindset to do what I really wanted to achieve, which is doing health sciences. Number one thing I think being at EPD is that it gives you a well-rounded experience at being in university, whether it's having a student government clubs or even the studying aspect. I think it allowed me to achieve all three. I was the student body president at EPD. I was a part of a majority of the clubs. I did take a few initiatives in the clubs as well, whether it was reading or the documentary club. And overall, in my academics, it helped me a lot. It helped me be more focused into the sciences completely, and it also helped me learn new skills such as like writing papers, citations, presentation skills. And even though these things are already taught in school, it just enhanced and made me hone these skills even better. It's a mixture of both. Everything's involved. Like theory is just I would say a small part of it. The main priority at EPD professors give is understanding the concepts. Once you understand the concepts, you're able to put it into real world application and skills like that, especially presenting on certain topics. It allows you to beast at what you do, because it allows you to understand topic's concept, and you're able to just go on for hours speaking about it because you know what you're talking about. Whereas I would say in school, you know what you're learning, but your concepts are not always clear because the teachers don't give you enough time, or you haven't been given enough time. Here, all students, regardless of the hours of class, even after hours, there's always support. So that's a really good thing. In my research symposium, my topic was on how neuroinflammation can impact Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So Parkinson's is a very common disease and it's very vast. But the research symposium helped me identify key things that kind of align with Alzheimer's. So that's when I started writing my paper, and that allowed me to identify and learn a lot more things about these diseases than what I already knew. Even though I knew that Parkinson's is like issue with immobility, or Alzheimer's is the issue of forgetting, this just helped me put it into a proper grid where I knew point for point and word for word what I was saying, especially when I was presenting. Usually in school, when you present, you kind of mug up what you learn, but over here it allowed me to just, I don't need a script, I don't need a paper, I could just speak. Even now I could probably just speak about what I wrote on, and it was easy because you're not depending on your slides. You just the posters put behind you and you just explain what you're talking about. So that just shows your confidence that you have, and that just helps you develop that, I would say. Personal statements are a really key part of your journey into higher education and university, and that was done really brilliantly because I think before they meet you as an individual, universities, they have to get a gist and well-rounded idea of who you are from your thesis statement and your thesis. So when you write that, they kind of already know who you are. And what EPD did was they ensured every skill, word for word, what we write had a meaning, and it created an impact on the person who would be reading our application or going through our documents to understand that we are who we are. If I'm Shawn and this is what I do, and this is the impact I will have in their university. And when it comes to skills like CPR training or bandaging, etc., these just are added advantages to showing why you are better than the rest of the people, because you have to stand out as an individual to universities for them to pick you up. So these just add on as achievements and help embrace your final goal of joining health sciences in the end. So the extracurricular activities, for example, suturing, CPR, etc., has definitely enhanced my skills, and that's a great kudos to EPD. EPD is a well-knit place, in my opinion, because you grow along with the people around you. It doesn't matter if they are from the life sciences course, even from the other courses, other people that you meet around, even the staff, they're all very welcoming, loving, caring, supportive. Even the advice that they give, it always helps you, and it always gives you wisdom to take good direction and steps in whatever you do. And other than that, when you talk about the social community, it's amazing. Any time of the day, if you need to contact anyone, all of them, basically we are a family, I would say. We're always speaking with each other, always in contact, and whether even in exam times, we group up together and we work really hard to get really good marks in the exam as well. So the staff, especially the professors, have been really helpful, especially in concepts which are really big and vast, and you find it difficult to comprehend and understand. They always gave me individualized attention and helped me understand the concept rather than mugging it up. I was able to understand the concept, and whenever I had to put in pen and paper, it always helped me. All three forms of communication was really good with the professors, whether it was emails, calls, or messages, and even meeting them face to face. They were always readily available for you. Even they put out like a separate day, which is Friday, where we could go if we had any doubts and questions to understand and improve on our knowledge. Even when it came to projects and we were stuck in a certain place for the research symposium, we were given extra classes on Fridays to get better at it, practice our speaking skills, enhancing them, etc. So EPD allowed me to have a well-structured week. The 7 days in a week were well-structured. For example, there were only 5 days of actual class times, where I was able to dissect my days into two, where the first half would be obviously for my studies and going to EPD, and the second half would be to study and revise concepts and spend time with family. Then Friday being a day where I was able to work from home or study from home and work on my skills and concepts which needed to be worked on. That also allowed me to have extra time to spend with my family and friends. Other workshops, for example, for mock interviews, where I was able to practice my and enhance my skills of interviews. So where even though I was slightly nervous on what to say, I was kind of ready to expect questions that could be tricky or confusing. And then there were other aspects, for example, writing my personal statement. I was a bit clueless at first on what to write about myself. So she kind of helped me write it and put it to be a well-rounded essay, where I'm not only talking about myself, I'm talking about my extracurricular activities, my academics, my personal life, and what are my future ambitions. I would say it was actually more than an academic director. Dr. Teresa was like a friend to us. So she was that one friend who would always guide us step by step. Even though there were times where we think we didn't perform enough or we weren't good enough, she would put in that faith and wisdom in saying, it's just one question that you messed up, but the rest of the paper is good, right? It's just this concept that you need to rework or just practice a bit more. So that level of trust in students and in not just me, even in my peers, it was really good. And whether we had issues with timelines for our projects, she would always help us to an extent that she could, because she would also be strict at the same time. So it's really easy for us to communicate with her because she does understand how students feel at the end of the day. So I would say I came in EPD as a boy, like a little boy, like a child, but now I would say I'm somewhat an older boy. I wouldn't say I'm a man yet because there's a lot to learn. I would say I'm a teenager now, and when it comes to being focused on my work or having confidence in myself, I would say I've grown in that. It also has taught me how to be patient and be calm, because when you go to university or higher education, there are different amounts of people, and especially being bestowed with being student body leader, and basically that's a big thing, right? You have to manage a lot of students, help them, those who aren't communicating enough. So I think that kind of has shaped me overall, allowing me to improve my communication skills, help me in my academics, even extracurriculars, and overall I think it's made me a better person. So I'm progressing to the UK, and for sure I'm academically ready for tackling my health sciences course, and even mentally ready, because I think that this transition from school to EPD has been the best transition. I don't regret it one bit, because it's kind of helped me understand what to expect and what's going to come, and I can take it head on. So I would say even after being an alumni at EPD, I still keep in touch. That's why I say we are like a family, because we always ensure all of us are doing well, and we keep in touch often, and we even help other students who are going to join. For example, recently I referred one of my friends who is doing the business course at EPD, and they seem to be having the same opinion and same experience as me, but I think their experience would be more enhanced, because as time goes on, EPD becomes better, in my opinion. One advice would be that whatever task is given to you or responsibility is given to you, always take it head on, and do not put like a back step to it. Always complete it on time, and whenever an email is sent, please reply to the email.